Movement tech in video games is what really separates the veteran players from the intermediate. It can push the ceiling on skill and provide dramatic outcomes to what the player is able to achieve. Some prime examples of movement tech in video games are the evasive maneuvers of Apex Legends, the grapple slingshot of Titanfall 2, the old school bunny hop of CSGO, or the miscellaneous bomb boost of Breath of the Wild. Movement tech has many shapes and forms in video games, and Generation Zero is no different. Today I will be demonstrating a form of advanced movement tech and showing you all how to pull it off in style. As well, over the next few days, I will be going over a few other pieces of movement tech in GZ, so stay tuned for those videos. And if you enjoy my content, maybe consider hitting that thumbs up button. But without further wait, let's get into the Hunter Flechette jump. The Hunter Flechette jump, or HFJ, is without question the fastest form of movement in Generation Zero. It is a huge benefit in combat, allowing you to dodge incoming wildfire, make tactile distance between you and the target, or simply giving you a chance to catch your breath and reload your guns in the middle of an intense fight. And pulling it off is rather easy. All you need to do is jump after being stuck by a flechette, and you'll likely get launched in a variety of directions depending on where the flechette lands. But I'm going to show you how this can benefit you, and show you the timing so you can pull it off with every flechette landed on you. The first major benefit of this is similar to my old tip on enduring hunter attacks in my pro tips video. If you pull off the HFJ, your character will likely not be knocked down by the flechette, undepending if you have the steady feet perk unlocked, which admittedly is the flechette's greatest threat against you. For every second you're knocked down in GZ, you are completely vulnerable to any sort of melee from the hunters, ticks, or runners, and it makes you a sitting duck for tanks and harvesters. Avoiding the knockdown effect is imperative for smooth combat and mitigating further damage. The second benefit of this maneuver is avoiding incoming damage. Depending on the trajectory of the HFJ, you can avoid potential incoming fire getting launched upwards or backwards. This really is your best friend from the HFJ and can really change the tide of combat. As well, while you're being launched, you can freely reload your primary weapon during the launch to give you a good old wombo combo of unintended support from the machines. And the third benefit is a huge one that I have covered in my previous video on how to control the AI of the machines in Generation Zero, which is using spacing and distance between you and the machines to create scenarios where you can anticipate what the machine will do next and use that to your advantage. I go much more in depth about it in my previous video, which will be linked in the comments down below. But essentially, there are circles of range in which a hunter will dictate what attack to prioritize. Using the HFJ, you can always ensure the hunters around you will be attempting to shoot at you, allowing you to dodge their shots easier. Definitely check out my video on controlling the AI of the machines if you haven't yet. It's probably some of the most beneficial tips that I've given out in Generation Zero so far. All in all, this technique offers many benefits to you in the midst of combat and is something I'd consider to be the upper echelon of advanced combat in Generation Zero. So let's now demonstrate timing this and how you can pull it off reliably. So I've isolated a single hunter here to show off the timing, and I highly advise you practice this originally with a single hunter before you start attempting it with packs of hunters and more. This guy had some stormtrooper aim going on, but still will be able to see how this functions. You can see that I'm launched a good 5 to 10 feet in the direction the flechette will be pushing me in. So if you have the flechette on your front, you will be pushed backwards. If it's stuck on your back, you will be pushed forwards. If it's more to your left, it will push you to your right, and vice versa. And if it's stuck on your lower body, you will gain vertical momentum. The timing for it is pretty reliable at the 7th beep. In total, the Flechette will beep 8 times, but sometimes if you jump at the 8th beep, you won't have enough verticality for the launch to properly send you in a direction. So I find the 7th beep is the safest to wait for, as 6 beeps can sometimes be a little bit too early. So again, here jumping at the 7th beep. Now you might be thinking, listening to the beeps of a Flechette is a lot to ask for in the middle of an intense fight, but the more you pull off this trick, the more muscle memory you'll gain for it, and eventually you'll be timing HFJs without listening to the beeps at all. It's one of the many tricks I've given out over the past year that becomes second nature the more times you use it, such as dodging bullets in hunter counters, as well as the influential and reactive control from my Controlling the Machines at Generation Zero video. So again, find yourself a lone hunter, bring a good amount of medkits, and use it as practice for this technique. It is genuinely so much fun flying around, borderline teleporting in the middle of combat with a large pack of hunters, and I highly advise any serious player of Generation Zero giving this a shot to add to your arsenal of strategies. So, thank you for watching this video. I have 2 more videos on movement tech in the works for you to look forward to over the next few days. I'm putting this together as a bit of a thank you for 4,000 subscribers, as I felt that just a simple post didn't really do my feelings justice, and I want to give back to you all for offering me your time and your support as I cover Generation Zero here. As well, we are on the advent of crafting coming to the game, and with that will potentially be the access to brand new movement tech. So after this 3-part series, you might see some new additions as they come to the game. Cheers everyone, and I will catch you in the next one.